Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the show. Next block, episode 101. Everything is looking good so far. How you doing, Crypto for Change?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Excited for this show. I've been hyping it up on a few spaces. Just getting out a tweet right there. But I'm excited. I'm ready to talk about some of the things we've been doing in the space, some moves we've been making as from our show, and also just personal stuff I've been seeing in the space. What I'm excited about, and obviously the markets I think are getting ready for hopefully the biggest run that we've seen since 2021. That everything seems like it's aligning perfectly. We just gotta we got to let the dinosaur Bitcoin do its thing for a little bit, the dollar do its thing for a little bit, and then I think we're going to be ready to move. But how are you doing?
I'm doing good. See, over here, like we say, it's a great day, and great days usually the market goes down or stay flat. So, so I feel like that's where we're kind of at right now. But the stock market is looking pretty good. The S&P 500, so that's a good indicator that I like to watch. GM everyday Algorand. But yeah, so far this week, still bullish on crypto. I think these like flat weeks or pullbacks are necessary. As you said, Bitcoin needs to, do its thing, figure out where it wants us all to go. Are we going to go up, down, sideways? Let us know what we're going to do, Bitcoin, and we paying attention.
Heck yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and let's see, I'll share my
Most definitely.
monitor actually, and we'll take a look here at what we got going on. So obviously, yeah, we've got Bitcoin. It's actually been doing decent, right? It did fall down to I think 65-ish K area and it bounced back
Mhm.
up. It's sitting right under 68K, 2%, a little over 2% on the day. Ethereum, similarly, just kind of like I said, they're all kind of ranging, right? There are some indicators that say we might be overheated and we need a deeper cool off. Obviously, you got the greed over here to 82 for extreme greed. We're not all the way up, but we're
Mm.
definitely definitely people taking some profit. I just saw whiff kind of pop through there, and that one has been taking a big hit. I know a lot of Solana boys
The cat with hat.
watching. No, just whiff. Yeah. I know
Okay.
they've got so many derivatives over there now, but and we got other things like Solana taking a little bit of a breather, and it's going down here. Dogecoin still sitting fine, but over the last 7 days, definitely losing some steam. Um, and then, obviously a lot of the mix, a lot of the fluff, like I said, dog with hat, it's actually up still 15% over the last week, but definitely seeing a little bit of cool off. And just like you said, I think a lot of these things are going to have to cool off so that they can get that next leg up once we really see it break. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things, obviously keep going down here. One of our other ones that we're really bullish on still is Render. I think that one is just consolidating, just
Pulling
like with the
back.
stocks.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Mhm.
it's going to ride up as Nvidia. Obviously, I think it'll hit really big highs here in the coming months, and I think Render could obviously do that as well. Um, and then we
Yeah,
come
the
down. What's
Nvidia
Algo?
conference was crazy.
Where is Algo? There we go. Oh my gosh, we're at 60. So definitely, not doing the worst. There's
Mhm.
other ones that are out here dropping more, but definitely hanging on to 23, 24 cents. And I think there's a chance maybe Algorand sweeps down to like 21, 20 cents before maybe making that move back up. We'll just have to keep our tabs on it. But one of the things I was wanting to pull up was a post from Engineering Here. He's a guy I love watching his charting, and what you're looking at here is just the Bitcoin on the 2 hour for today, pretty much. And obviously, we're hitting the top of this channel, which this is a bear flag if you're not familiar with it. And he's obviously hinting that this could be the space zone, right, that we touch
Mm.
for Bitcoin over the coming couple days maybe. And so you got to be ready for that volatility. If the dollar kind of corrects, goes strong, then we could definitely see Bitcoin come down. But I do know that this area right here is going to be pretty hard for Bitcoin to push through, unless we just get some violent God candle and the market says otherwise. But I would suspect to see some, right here we're already seeing some resistance and possibly another retest before. My thought is we make that, climb back above the 71K area, and then it's off to setting hopefully new all-time highs for Bitcoin. And then that also brings me to one more chart that I want to share here, which is this one from JT, here to help. And people are asking him if he's still holding his alts, right? And he's like, yes, he is,
Mhm.
because this right here is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And right now you have it in a bearish rising wedge, and it's almost falling out, but there is a chance that we do get this pump up, and
Mm.
then that Bitcoin dominance is going to fall. And when that falls, guys, alts are going to go
That's slow
ballistic.
season.
That's alt season. So we're
Okay.
like
We got
everything.
the halving coming up too in about 2, roughish 3 weeks.
Exactly. So there is a lot that's going on, and you got to be on your toes right now if you were trying to make some money in this market. But there is money being printed out here. So make sure you guys are watching till the end of this show because we're going to be giving a lot of alpha away. Um, One of the people in the audience said Gora is going to EVM. Can you give thoughts about that, please? I actually did not know
Wait,
that.
what?
I
Let's
know
see.
that
Let me
I
pull
know
that
that
up. Gore's going to EVM.
I know Gora is
Mm.
multi-chain. Like they're not specifically set to Algorand. Like I've known that ever since they were created or since they launched. But I'll have to dig into that more. I have not looked into that. And then everyday
Reaper
Algonaut.
fam in the house.
Yeah. What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for
Make
joining
sure y'all
in.
vote.
I know. Yeah, we do need a vote to get 1% of the supply out so we can do a airdrop campaign. So if you are part of the Reaper fam, go over there. If you didn't delegate your vote to us, then go over there and vote for us on the party
Yes,
app.
please go vote.
And then every day I'm going to say, Algo will have final sell pressure when Algorand Foundation will release XGov Session 1 rewards and last period Gov rewards. And then the lock period will start and it'll have high buy pressure. I mean, honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. And that would tie right in with my thesis that this may, next couple days, week, maybe is choppy. And then, I think we see altcoins and Bitcoin and a lot of the stuff, equities just take off and rip to new all-time highs. Going
Yeah,
on
we in
from
spring now, spring season.
exactly, and going on from there, really, I just want to. I'm going to bring you guys over here, and this right here. If you don't know what Deck Screener is, or I know there's other ones, Bird Box or something. I think for some people, other people use, but this one is Deck Screener has been a spot where I have found some really good gems when diving into some of these ecosystems that are out here. Really, I'm making a lot of gains, and one of the big ones, obviously, we're going to be talking about today is Base, and that's what I got highlighted here. Obviously, a lot of these coins are meme coins. We know it's meme coin season. I mean, heck, if you can go to Solana right now, I'm pretty sure like every single new pairs. Let's just look in the last hour. Like, look at this. Look at this. All these pairs are new, within the
It's a lot
last
to keep
hour.
up
Like
with.
it is. And it gets overwhelming. But that's why I feel like you gotta in this space right now, especially getting close to this big alt season run. Find your bread and butter. Find a spot where you're comfortable, where you can focus, laser in, and only watch that. Like I've had so many people trying to get my attention over to Solana or Avalanche, and honestly, I chose Base. And you can stop sharing for a second. But when I chose Base because in my head, it just makes sense, right? We're looking at onboarding the next billion users into the crypto space, and where do you think most people, especially if you're US, where do you think they're going to set up their first wallet and their first account?
They're going to Coinbase. I used to use crypto.com. I heard nothing about that no more. Binance has been taking it down, and definitely Base got like 100 million users from my understanding.
Yeah. And so
And it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's my thesis is we're going to see a lot of people onboarded to Coinbase, and I didn't have time to pull it up. I might actually try to find it, or if while I'm talking through one of the some of the things on Warpcast, you can find the article. But I want to read an article that's about their embedded wallets because that is something that
Is it on Twitter?
yeah, just probably just Google embedded wallets on and just say Base or Coinbase embedded wallets because that
I see
technology.
Jesse talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. That technology is what's going to onboard a ton of people, normies, people who don't want to, worry about all the jargon and all the stuff that might go over a lot of people's heads that would push them out and make them fearful. It's going to make it so much simpler. And so that's why I'm hedging my bets there. And we're going to talk about some of the ones that, some of the alpha that I've found just being in this space over the past, I would say 3-4 months, really just diving in and buying different assets.
Telegraph.
Yeah. Pull it up.
Let's see. Yeah. Base introduces embedded smart wallets for developers. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So let's read it. Let's go down here a little bit and read a little bit of this. So Coinbase is building 2 new wallet solutions focused on integration and balance transfer across Ethereum EVM applications, targeting developers onboarding to its layer 2 blockchain base. Among the new solutions is a smart wallet that allows users to take their balances with them in different EVM compatible applications integrated within the Coinbase Wallet SDK. And the second features an embedded wallet that enables developers to incorporate non-custodial white labeled wallets into their applications. So, according to Coinbase, both features are designed to minimize developers' pain points regarding user experience when building Web3 products. And then let me see here. Scroll down just a little bit. I feel like this is the same article I read. What is this service is offering in the crypto space? No. Maybe it wasn't this one.
So, yeah.
But yeah, this technology, scroll up a little bit. It says, down a little bit. It's where, no, a little bit further down.
Oh yeah, I see it. Smart contract right here.
Yep. Yeah. This technology does not use smart contracts. The cryptography of MPC happens entirely off chain, and it's a protocol. There are many different MPC protocols. Coinbase has one of them we use in house, and Coinbase recently dropped support for native Bitcoin from its merchant payment platform, Coinbase Commerce, citing difficulties in delivering recent updates to its EVM. No, that's not it either. I don't know. I can't find it. I'll have to find it later, and I'll make a post about it. But regardless, these embedded wallets in this technology that they're bringing is going to make it to where people don't have to, like I said, they don't have to learn all the jargon. They can just literally, they can interact with, dApps and things at a much simpler and easier way. And this also helps the developers because then they don't have to try and, they don't have to worry about the learning curve that all these new people are going to have to overcome to use their applications. And honestly, I'm super excited about that because I just feel like that's going to make people more confident to put money in and use and, move throughout all these ecosystems. So looking into Base, though,
we've been saying they definitely had the brand recognition and then the safety and security. I always feel comfortable with Coinbase.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really, the only issues I've ever had with Coinbase is obviously there are times where, if you have your money on their exchange, transfers can be slow, things like that. But at the end of the day,
where it had that time where everybody thought their money was gone.
Exactly.
That was crazy.
Right. Yeah. But I still people still feel confident because even if there was some glitch, you'd still be able to take, obviously if it came to it, you could take legal action against a company like that because they're a legit company and stuff like that. So you feel safe because of the brand and of the name that they've built for themselves. And obviously if you're in the United States, you're pro Coinbase because they're fighting for, legislation that's going to be bullish and beneficial to crypto.
Yeah.
And that's why I also want to support Coinbase and Base. But go ahead and pull my screen back up. Because there are a few gems that I want to point to you guys.
Let me answer everyday Algorand. No, it doesn't seem like they have the algo ecosystem on the desk.
There was somebody in the ecosystem who was trying to, I want to say it was either Fisherman or from NF Domains or maybe
Barb.
It may have been Barb. Yeah. I think he was trying to figure something out to get us on there, but yeah, it's a pain to not see Algorand there. I mean, it's not to say we'd be at the top, but it just limits the visibility from the everyday person to be able to actually see what's going on. Because no one's just going to type vestige, right, and go check ASAs on Algorand. But if Algorand was on Dex Screener or some of the other, sites that do this kind of stuff, that would be incredibly bullish. But let's jump into some of the alpha. Some of these projects, guys, that we've been calling for a while, have been doing really well. One of them is going to be Aerodrome. It is the number one DEX on Base, guys. So if you're looking at
500 million now,
exactly
TVL.
Where the liquidity is going to go when it comes into this ecosystem, I'm going to clear all these drawings out. Give me a second. Remove. There we go. Make it cleaner. But obviously this chart is going to look. I think it looks bullish still. It's been holding nice. And just so you guys know, I think this chart starts at, is this against ETH or is it, no, it's against USDC. But anyways, I was showing you guys this when it was 4-8 cents, right in that 4 to 8 cents area. And right now it is at $1.49 and it did hit upwards of close to right at $2. So, this is, let's look at it on daily. This is a project within the Base ecosystem, super bullish on. Obviously, if you watched last week's episode, we had Wagme Alexander. He came on the channel and talked all about Aerodrome and Velodrome and this whole idea behind the super chain. But liquidity is, their whole slipstream thing is launching. And so tons and tons of liquidity is going to be funneling through this DEX. And so I would compare this to, you're getting early into something like Uniswap, right? But it's for, it's something that could dethrone. There's been so many things that have tried to dethrone Uniswap. This one, I think, may have the chance because you also got Coinbase Ventures behind it. So that's huge. Anything you want to add there?
Yeah, I'll say a 580 million market cap for Aerodrome, but at the same time, the TVL is 580 something million.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
sounds crazy.
yeah, fully diluted. So there is obviously some, tokens still to be distributed.
Yeah,
Total
fully
fully
diluted,
diluted 1.4.
diluted. Yeah, 1.4.
But yeah, I still see upside in this. I could easily see once the altcoin blow off really happens. I would love to see this thing get closer to like $5, $10. I think it's totally doable, and it could surprise me, right? It could even go crazier than that. But though that would be my tentative, just short term price prediction,
Mhm.
just based on the movements we've seen. I mean,
Wait, you said
another
5 to 10?
yeah, another leg up right into this area is where I
Mhm.
would be. It's where I think Aerodrome could go. And another one that I would say is even earlier, possibly, right? So I'm thinking this could even be bigger than a 10x. Is going to be Moonwell, and they
Mhm.
just added the ability to pull the. So if you're someone who,
Staking.
yeah, staking. So if you're someone who's staking on Glimmer or on the Polkadot ecosystem for Moonwell, now you can bridge that to base and you can stake that well on base, which is bullish. But this one is one that I think it's only at what, 5 cents. And I easily think this one could make a massive run because I foresee Coinbase listing this as an asset that you can buy. It's not been listed yet. And maybe, I will say the guy who's creating Moonwell's platform is also the guy who helped create Coinbase's staking. So there's
Mhm.
all the connections, right? There's a connection. I just think it's an easy one that this could get listed. Maybe Coinbase Ventures backs it just like it did Aerodrome because Coinbase wants to see Base succeed. And you're
Yep.
talking about possibly another easy 10x here. I'm not even going to give a price prediction on this one because this thing's still only at 104 million market cap. And so honestly, yeah, I just
Yeah, it's a borrowing and lending platform, y'all. So that means there's a lot of opportunities that it's doing right now. And then
exactly.
going
Yeah,
over
yeah,
to
even
base seems to be the move.
yeah, let me even pull up their
Mhm.
Moonwell fi here real quick. But yeah, super sleek.
And you know the
Pull up.
Degens love to borrow and lend too.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
talking about right over here. Like, you can stake and also with Moonwell, you can launch the whole thing about them is you can launch USDC on any EVM compatible chain, I'm pretty sure. And so that's going to be
Mhm.
bullish, especially as this super chain narrative grows up and there's so many different L2s building using the OP stack that is, kind of central to optimism base and that whole slipstream idea. So like I said,
Mhm.
this is still a play, guys. Make sure you go do your due diligence first. Moonwell.fi if you want to, read their docs and just kind of look through everything. But that is another one that I see a ton of potential in as this bull market for altcoins is getting even closer. And really, let me see. I think there was one more. I'm going to look at my notes here
You,
that I
you got to
really
pull a
wanted to.
Velo. Did you pull a Velo?
Well, Velo's in the Optimism network, which
Ryan's right.
Velodrome. Yeah, yeah. I will say this. I'll go ahead and do it because I did see something pretty bullish. So Velodrome is literally it's Aerodrome, but Velodrome came first. Or no, Velodrome came first, then Aerodrome.
And Arrow.
But
Yep.
this one, yeah, this one is in the Optimism chain, and it also just had very bullish news with that it's going to be building and connecting to Bob, which is building on Bitcoin. I think that's the name for it. So I saw
Yep.
that tweet drop out yesterday. So that means I don't know, this whole super chain idea, especially if it's going to be if it could be using liquidity and helping liquidity in Bitcoin and the Lightning Network and all those things, like some of these things could literally be the things that go ballistic bananas, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, Velodrome is definitely another one, that's in the super chain, right? Not on base specific, but
Mhm.
it's in that same vein, I would say. And then, obviously, I am a meme connoisseur, right? So I have been dabbling in the memes on base. And so if you're someone who's like, you know what, I want to get a little more risky. I want to try to find one of these next whiff or Pepe type plays. Because here's the thing: there is not the largest meme or one of the largest memes on base right now. I'm pretty sure is this one, Brett.
Yeah, Brett.
760 or 652 million market cap, and I think it still has legs, right? It's got the Pepe, ties to it, but there is not one single meme coin on base over 1 billion market cap right now. And
Mm.
so I think that there is definitely, as this meme super cycle continues, there's going to be something, few maybe that go into that $1 billion and above. some of the ones I like and I'm holding right here, number 4 or number 7, I think on the list right now is DGen. Now, this is not really a meme coin play, I will say. This has more utility behind it than just memes, and we're going to get into that once we jump over on Warpcast. But DGen is one of them. The Doge NFT, that's an interesting one. It's like a picture of the Doge, but broken down into a certain, I don't even know. You have to look into that one more. But there's one more, and then Toshi and then Mochi are the other ones. Which Toshi and Mochi are the names of Brian Armstrong's cats. So there's literally, I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on these. I'm just pointing out the things that I've seen that kind of.
Well, I'll say this. Definitely pay attention. I got a word vomit, but pay attention to Crypto for Change, because that's something has helped me out paying attention to him, and should have been more bullish when he'd been calling these out. So if he calling them right now, I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, some of these are still so small in market cap. I mean, Toshi, which is I think, let me see what's fully that 219 million market cap. Mochi's even less than that. It's like 130, maybe even less. And there's one that I'm super uber bullish on, and that's higher. So this one is at a 82 million market cap. You got let me get rid of all my lines that I had. Yeah. But yeah, so this one's at an 82 million market cap right now. And it obviously had a massive run. I got, I would say maybe my higher self was the one pushing me to buy this one as early as I did. But I'll also say this. I was on Warpcast and started seeing people talk about it early and that they were moving in. And that made me say, you know what, I'll throw a little bit. I got $600, $700, $800. I'll throw a little risk and we'll see if this meme plays out. This one has turned into something that is way more than just a meme, though. And we're going to get into that once we jump into the Warpcast side of it. But really, these guys, these plays that I've just thrown out there for you guys are some big ones that I think, some of them 10x, right? I think potential still there in the blow off top that we could see soon. Some of them I think could even 100x, if not more. And so, a lot of alphas out there, and they're still. And here's the thing. We are still early to base, right? I'm not saying that all these things are going to happen in the next month, right? This could be a 6 month, 8 month. It could be next year that some of these things really pop off. But base is still so early that if you're in the ecosystem and you got your feelers throughout the space, you could get in early on the next hire or on the next DGen or on the next Toshi, but you could get into it when it's all the way down here and not trying to find it when it's all the way already up here. Just, some advice there, but let's go ahead. And what I want to do.
Wait, before we go, let's hit our commercial break before we do this part of it.
Sure. No worries.
Okay. Here's advertisements from Exim Market and Gora. Appreciate y'all. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are on episode 101 talking about the base ecosystem, dropping some information that we have learned over these past few months.
Yeah. And I think I saw Ryan. He said Stacy tweeted out like 30 minutes ago. This is the tweet he was referencing. Looks like the Algo team is at NFT NYC. Looks like they got some exciting things, hopefully cooking up there to try to get some buzz and stir going on in the ecosystem. But all right, so here's the big alpha, right? If you were on Twitter, if you follow me, I just dropped a tweet that said, join me on Warpcast. You need to go click that link and you need to join Warpcast, set up your account, and you need to follow me as you know. I'm going to break down what Warpcast is in throughout the next half of the show, but you got to get in there and you got to just experiment for yourself as well. But hopefully, with watching me kind of navigate a little bit of it, it won't be as daunting as it was when I first joined, because when I first joined, it was a little weird. I didn't understand it, but I'm so glad I stuck around, because it's paid me literally to be on this app. Last month, I made $5,000 in a cryptocurrency just for being on this app and being active. Twitter is not paying me that. YouTube is not paying me that. So
No, it's not.
there is money being printed over here. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go to Warpcast. So this is what you'll see. Obviously, once you get your account set up, obviously I've got a lot of channels over here that I'm a part of. So you might not see this. You might just see, I don't know, they might just show you like base, right? Once you first get on here, which is the main channel. And this also just goes to show how early you are if you're still joining. This is the base channel on Warpcast, which is a social media platform built on Farcaster, which is a client built on Base. And there's only 165,000 people that are following the main channel for Base. Like, that's how early you are. So you should be downloaded. You should have already got the Twitter and have it set up. And obviously you got Jesse Pollock out here casting all the time. I'm going to give him some support because he's been giving me some support. So what is Warpcast, right? It is a social fi platform, but it's honestly very friendly for developers, right? So if you are a developer and you want to build a community and you want to be able to build cool stuff that they can engage with in a social aspect, a community building way that's right into the same platform, that's what this is. And so some of the things I'm going to show you guys, like pretty much what these are, you're seeing our channel. So obviously I launched the Reaper. We have our own Grim Reaper channel. We got like 670 people following. This is just where a lot of our people come vibe. They'll drop memes, where I can reach out to them and give information, anything like that. And there is one thing I will say that I am trying to learn, which is how to do frames. And that's a way that developers can really interact with their communities as they're growing. I'm not there yet, still learning, but that's why I'm going to take you over and we're going to take a look at some of what these frames are. And we're going to go to, this one's a pretty cool one. So this is a channel. It's literally a slot, kind of a roulette thing. You can follow this channel, but it's also a game built within it. So once you first get over here, you can literally cast, same thing as post, right? /CO airdrop. Now what that's going to do is that is going to give you this internal game currency. You're going to get that after you obviously connect your wallet and everything like that. Actually, for this one, I don't even think you need your wallet, because this doesn't actually physically come to your wallet. It's just in the game. And then you'd be able to look at your profile and you'd be able to see that balance. Now, you're going to see my balance is 0. And that's because I'm a degen who lost it all yesterday. As you can see here, I was on a really good winning streak. And then I tried winning a few losses back, and it cascaded very, very fast. So I'm waiting till I can get my next airdrop so that I can continue to play. But these are just cool games where you can bet, right? And I could, if I had any, I could say 100 on even, right? And I could hit bet. Now, obviously I don't have any, so it's obviously say invalid bet amount, but this would be where I could literally, make a bet, play in this game. And this is all built within the post. Like, this guy created this post just like you'd see on Twitter, but within it is a frame that you can play a game. And obviously you can get, really, if you are a developer, you can build anything. Like, there's so many cool things that are being built. And this is just one of them, right? Another one that I like is Far Castles. This is one that's kind of been here since the early beginning, which is pretty cool because some of the things he does outside of just the game. So it's kind of like Discord, but with social media. I don't know. I feel like it would be like, honestly, it's what Twitter or X was saying it was going to become, right? It was saying it was going to incorporate all of the ability for cryptocurrency and bringing those things in. I feel like Warpcast has just already done it, and
Mhm.
the reason why I say that is because even when it comes to tipping, right? You can literally tip in native currencies for that are on base, and that was the one thing I was saying by I was able to earn like $5,000 last month, and that's because you can tip people in DGen. That's one of those tokens I mentioned when we were looking at the space. So like, say I go to Hire, right? This is the channel for
Mhm.
Hire, one of the coins I really enjoy and like the community. We're vibing. Somebody actually literally got a goat, like I think one of his goats died, and the Hire community pretty much minted his NFT, and now he's got another goat. So now the Hire community's got a mascot, which is called the goat, greatest of all time. But I could get right? I could go here, which is just me commenting on this post. And actually, I'll go to the original post just so it's not the quoted one. So this is the person who posted it. I can hit like, and I can go over here. I could put 250 DGen. Now, what that does is that gives him a tip. So that Richard Opani, which is the guy that owns this goat
Mhm.
now. I don't know where he lives, but when he claims right for next season, when season 3 ends for DGen, he will be able to claim that 250 DGen that I just got him. And if you guys remember, did I have that one pulled up? Yeah. So the price chart right now for DGen is 4 cents. So that's literally 250 times 4. I mean, I just tipped him $10, right? Now, obviously, who knows what the price will be when he claims it? I can't, speak to that. But it's this whole idea. Sorry, I gotta get back. It's the whole idea of like not really gamifying it, but like this, the social and crypto aspect of social media, like having it built in. And it's not just DGen, right? There are other cryptocurrencies within the base ecosystem called, I think Enjoy is one. That's a new one. I think Hire is also one that's I think going to be loading up soon.
Mhm.
You can really like values being created in this space because of things like this. Oops, I'm gonna hit home. Let me see here. You got any questions is there any questions in the chat too? Another cool thing I really like about it is just how let me see if I can find it. Should have had like a more like interesting frame pulled up, I guess, that would like go through a few things instead of just like one. But also I think it's pretty cool is you can mint NFTs in these frames. So let me go to the Hire. That's a good channel for that. So say you're an
Yeah, that's
artist,
something
right?
I'm still trying to figure out is the
Yeah.
minting part.
Yeah, say you're an artist, right? And you want to create your NFTs and you want people to buy them, right? Most people maybe won't go to an NFT marketplace and learn all that, connect their wallet and do all those things to buy, right? But if they have a Warpcast account, they have their wallet or their address attached to it, you can literally come down and I actually minted. This was made as an NFT, but let me find someone else's. There's there was. So one, you can mint it in, looks like someone made it where you can pay in warps, but you could literally just click this and boom, I can mint it right in the frame. I don't have to I don't have to sign my wallet. Literally just click it. It says broadcasting. Wait a few
There's a
seconds.
question. You seem to use the desktop version. I find download only for mobile, and then or
Boom,
is it
minted.
for account creation only?
Yeah. So that's minted again. So now I think I have 4 of those, which it's totally cool. So that's how easy it is to mint an NFT, right? So if you're an artist, think of that. Like you can just literally have it within the post and people can mint it. You don't have to go to all these external things. Like I'm just already seeing how it's easier to onboard people into NFTs and onboard people into communities. And to answer your question, Mel, on that, it is a mobile first. So you do have to set up your account using your mobile device. But then once you go to the Google and you set up your like once you go to Warpcast and you go to the website, it'll ask you to sign. Like you'll have to take your camera and it'll give you a QR code and you can connect it. I will say though, be very cautious. I saw this yesterday and I know people have flagged it, but I'm just gonna see.
Yeah, because when you just minted, did you do that on the app? I was looking at something. You didn't have to go to the Zora page.
No, there you can mint. And so and what that is, I'll go back real quick. So with
Yeah.
this little icon, right? The half light, half dark thing, that
Yep.
is using warps. So warps is
Okay.
the in-app currency actual in-app currency of Warpcast. So you can buy warps, and you can.
Did you buy warps?
Yeah, I have bought warps,
Okay.
and here's the cool thing: you can use your Coinbase wallet, right? You don't have to, or you can use a debit card, but you can, and you can pay in various cryptos. I've bought warps in Toshi before. I've bought warps using Mochi and other various cryptocurrencies that are in my wallet, which I think is pretty cool. So that's what that was. The other ones, though, sometimes they will take you to, they'll push you out to like Zora, which is the NFT platform, to mint it there. But a lot of times you can do it straight within, the platform itself. Oh yeah, I was going to go up here. Make sure though, if you do, Mel, if you're setting up your account on your desktop, make sure you click the right one. Says Warpcast, because there was yesterday I saw, let me see if it's still here. Yeah, right here, Whoppercast. Like there are other ones out there that are impersonating, and you can tell this is a scam because you click on it and, well, it's blocked. So it was already blocked. But yesterday I noticed it because it said, the first thing it said was connect your wallet, and that's not what it'll say. It'll just say like sign in. And so always be careful with things like that. So you just want to make sure you're clicking Warpcast, which is going to be that first one that popped up, and not, don't scroll through and try to find anything else. Outside of that, though, let's see if I can find another one. Some of these things that people are creating. So like, yeah, this would be one where you would get, if you click it, obviously it's going to say, hey, just, warnings saying you're leaving, you're going to Zora, which, like I said, it's the NFT marketplace. You hit I understand. And this is going to bring you to their platform where you could connect your wallet, and you could then mint it right here. So it's going to, going to handle all that for you. Still makes it super simple, but I do love the ability that if you, you can.
That's if you have warps, then you can just mint directly on here.
It's not just that, though. You can also, if the host wants to pay, say you want to pay for the first 100 or 1,000 mints, you can actually do that. And you can actually have it to where when that frame populates, the mint is free for anybody who does it. And I've done tons of those. I will say the biggest one who does that is Base itself. Base does a lot of these free mints just because they want people to engage with the platform. But yeah, it's not always paid. And even most of the time it's $2. Like most people don't actually they've not been putting like high, things on. And I'll even say this, I'm so mad I missed out on the on-chain Gaius, which was a free mint. It was like, all you had to do is pay the gas fee. So it was like 0.007 something ETH. And I don't know why I missed it, but now the floor is like 1.6 ETH. So I missed that come up big time. But that's what I'm saying. Wow. There's a lot of alpha out here. So let me see here. Is there any other questions you guys have in the comments? Another thing I do think is cool. Let me go to a community that has it. I'm trying to think. Degen will have it. Yeah, so you see how the like button changed? I know this is just like a small little weird thing, but I just think it's cool. So if you put in your cast Degen, right, or say it's good morning, right, then the like button's going to change. And this also changes as they add more and more communities. There's not, it's not everybody. Every community doesn't have one, but I think there's like a rainbow one. There's a hat for Degen. There's a, I think Good Night, and I think the higher team is trying to get one where if you put higher in the thing, then the little arrow pointing up would come down. Everyday Algonaut says the gas fees seem to be very high. I'd be curious to see what gas fees you're talking about. Every single time I've minted or done anything really on Base, the most expensive fee I've paid has maybe been 50 cents to maybe a couple dollars. And even then, most of the time, when it got that high, I just didn't do it. But all day today, I think I've been swapping on Uniswap. I've been minting NFTs, and the fees have been a penny to 6 cents. So
yeah, most of the time when I swap, they're all about 2 cents, 1 cent.
Yeah. So what fees, I guess, are you referring to? And we can maybe try to help Ethereum answer. Yeah, it could be. And you got to make sure too that you're on the Base chain in your wallet. Like if you're on mainnet ETH, then yeah, you're still going to be paying whatever the fees are over there. But as long as you have your wallet set up to Base and you're transacting on Base, it should be a fraction of the fees that you're seeing on Ethereum. Also, I feel like, let's see here. So I'm going to run through and just show some of the channels here that people can obviously, once you get your account set up, if you want to come back and I would definitely recommend to follow Base. This one's an interesting one. I would definitely follow ARCs. I think there's going to be a pretty big NFT drop coming eventually in this one. So I've been following it. It's got hosted by Jack. He's a bigger contributor in the space. So I'm waiting for that NFT to drop because I'll probably try to grab it. Pearl is a fun one. This guy, Alex, I think he lives over in the West Coast. He's been building this one, but this is like a game you play every day where you can actually bet more or less based on the social GameFi aspect of it, which for this one's, it's, will at STC get more or less than 623 and a half likes on their top cast tomorrow. So you can take your Pearl. If you're new to the game, you start out with 100 and you could bet that 100 Pearl on if you think it'll be more or less. If you're right, you win, and that Pearl can be cashed out for more degen, which obviously has value. The Pearl does not have a monetary value, but the degen does. I'm really salty because I got up to like 1 million and I lost some big amounts on some bets I lost early on that have been a lot of degen now, but you live and learn, right? But no, this is a fun channel too. So be sure to follow the Pearl channel
Okay.
and get active, playing in the game. And it is on the, it's not just in here. Like if you just hit more or less, I'm pretty sure it only bets the minimum 100. But if you go to pearl.xyz, so this is actually my account. You can actually place custom bets. So like, I'll just go ahead and do it. So upcoming, we got Bitsary more or less than 455, and what is that name? Yarox less than 301. You know what? I don't know who these people are. I went less on today, and so far it looks like I'm gonna lose this one. I'm gonna go more on 300. That just seems kind of low. And so this is what I'm saying. Like you can customize the slider. I have 18K Pearl. So I'm just going to go I'm going to go 2000, place pick. Boom. That one's placed for tomorrow. 455.
Here, there's some more questions right here. Everyday Algonaut said the mint you showed on the screen, I have not tried it yet. Also, you mentioned the fees are like 0.001 ETH. So in comparison to Algo, fees are quite high. It's that he was talking about cents, I believe, right?
Yeah. I mean, so
because it's not 0.001 ETH.
Yeah, no. I mean, I will say no, it is. It is like most times the mint does use Ethereum for fees. So you're using base ETH for fees. Or actually, no, I think you're still using, I mean, yeah, it's base ETH, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's not, that's why it's cheaper because of, I use Coinbase. Like you're talking about Coinbase wallet. Anyways, one of the things while he's responding there, do you own any Coinbase stock? I do not. I'm literally all in crypto. I'm a true degen. This is where I was saying up here that you can, oh shoot, I could wallet to purchase. I thought it would let me, redeem Pearl. Yeah, this is where I was going to show. So like right now I could, redeem my balance of, 15,200, and that would get me 1,520 degen, right? So I don't know. It's a pretty cool game. You can earn degen for free just by playing. So definitely give Pearl a shot as you're coming over to Warpcast. As we come on down, this is an interesting one. We've actually had these guys on the show a couple months or maybe like a month back, and they're building like a card collecting game that's going to be a little bit more as it continues to grow. But they just had their third pack that was released for the Far Monsters, Far World. And so be sure to give that one a follow. Obviously, you can come join the Reaper fam over in my channel, which is the Grim Reaper channel. We're still building out that whole ecosystem, and I'm still learning how to do frames. So that's why it may be moving a little slow, but we're not in a hurry. We got tons of time with this alt season that's coming. And then this is a big one that's dropping today. So if you are getting your account, maybe see if you can still get an early pass. If not, you might have to wait for for it to open up after that. But on-chain coin is going to be dropping. And I think there's a lot of potential here just because of the whole idea of on-chain. Like if you've been watching Jesse Pollock and Base, their whole like mantra is to bring the world on-chain. So maybe, I feel like it's just a play there, play on words, but I'm pretty hyped about this one. I've got a decent score, so I'm ready for the drop tonight or today at 3. So it's coming up here not too long, but that'll be happening today. And this is also going to be a token that'll be launching soon. So there could be some alpha there. Not going to say ape it, not financial advice. I have no idea what the token's going to do, but I have been watching this one, and there's a lot of other eyes, 20K followers who are watching this one as well. We already looked at CO, but I like this one. It's just a fun little roulette game just to, play around on. It's and the same guy who created this one created the Far Castles. So these two are the same. And I was actually going to show this one. So the way this game works, I don't think, yeah, my cooldown status, I still got to wait. But it's pretty much the north versus the south. And you can look at the health status here in the frame. Right now, it looks like the south is north's winning. But the way you attack each side is you just go to cast and you would put exclamation mark, attack, north. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to give me, obviously it will, but normally it would go through and tell you how much you earned from it, but it's going to tell me, hey, you're on cooldown. Let me scroll down and see what damage I did earlier. Yeah, this is what you normally see. Player 223079 attacked north for 3 damage. Castle health is now 2, this. And then I also raided the vault and got 3600 castle. So like I say, it's another just gamifying aspect of this community. And he's grown a large community in the Far Castles and the CO channels. And he also does tons of cool, like, mint, or like, I don't even know, it's like AI art type things where you can actually just like cast and say, like, let me see what this one is. Yeah, you can just like edit, and then you can literally type out a command, and then it'll literally AI will generate a picture of what you say. It's pretty cool. So you have to check that one out for sure.
Far Castles.
What is what's Everyday Algonaut saying? Bring that last comment up by his. You have to pay $5 on registration. Yeah, so you are paying, I think, $5 a year for Warpcast, and that's because it is you're pretty sure you're paying for the storage of your cast. So the way that works, the more storage you buy once you get your account set up, the more history of your casts you'll be able to see. But eventually, you're going to get to the point where when your storage gets full, casts that you made at the beginning of your account are going to fall off, and you won't be able to see those anymore. So if you were someone who really wants to make sure that you never lost any of your casts, you could obviously up that and pay like, more, maybe $19 a year or something like that. But in honesty, it's still hella cheaper than Twitter. I mean, hell, I pay $9 a month for Twitter. Warpcast is $5 a year.
Yeah.
And like I said,
definitely.
I just literally last month I made $5,000 interacting on this platform. So I think that'll pay for the next couple of years of what I got to do there. Going on down, like I say, you got to join higher. This thing right here. All right, I'm not going to try to create too much FOMO, but it was launched as a meme, right? Just to say higher, like we going higher. That's it. But it is turned into an NFT community, right? That is creating these NFTs. You can actually see they have a higher round going on right now, which means if you're creating media NFTs in this channel, you can actually win higher based on the likes you get from the top holders. And so right now people are out here creating, any artwork that's inspired by either the word higher, the idea of living a higher life, however you want to take it. But the community has really rallied around this whole idea, and you're just seeing tons and tons of art being created. Obviously, people are going to be in a few days earning this amount of higher, and that's just bullish. Now, there is also something, I'm going to go back, that I want you guys to see, and you can even create your own. Like if you're not super good at creating memes, you don't really have to create a meme. You can upload your own image and then just add the higher button to, or thing to it. Obviously, it's not going to load because I don't have an image, but
or you got to put an image, huh?
Yeah, you can just put an image there, and then it'll put the arrow on there if you're not good at Canva or any of those things. Let me see. There is one thing, because it's also the thing I feel like it's most exciting for me, and I saw this, is it seems like higher is becoming like a lifestyle brand. What do I mean by that? I mean like a looking at like a Supreme. I'm thinking like Adidas, Nike, like this whole idea getting behind higher, living a higher life, not just token price go up, but a community that gets around this idea that you can build a brand around a community. And they've already got their own merchandise line. I've already bought a hoodie. I paid for it in higher. It's getting shipped to my door. I'm going to try to see if I can find it. I don't know how far I'd have to go
where
down.
was that at? Yeah.
What was it? Oh,
they hoodie? Got a merch here. Pull that up. Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying. Let me see if it can't be too far down, but honestly, it might be. it's been a couple of days and I can't remember exactly which of the creators posted it. Give me a second. Let me see. It was a all white hoodie with a little green arrow just right on the chest. It looks it is slick. So I was kind of excited about that. I had to buy it. They even had this. One of the guys created a rug, with hire. So now you know what's ultimately going to happen. No, I'm just kidding. It's not going to rug. At least I don't think it is.
You say, see, we'll think about memeing some higher.
We all got higher, boy.
Yes, I'm definitely thinking about memeing some higher. And then definitely, I got FOMO with you every time he talk about these things right here.
Everyday Algorand. I don't get what you're saying. I just have a hard time to believe that 200,000 people were okay to pay $5 even before they can interact with the product. I mean,
so I didn't pay when I first
opened
it. It's about paying after if you want more. But I mean,
I would still say
believe it though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't get it. Like $5, like literally people pay
$8
so much
on Twitter.
more a month, literally. I mean, obviously I know that's
paying Netflix and Disney $8.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's $5 is nothing in my opinion. From the value that's here, that's what I would say. Like the value that you can actually get.
Yeah, I'm still learning this app, but it has been cool recently. Got my followers growing and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't find it. I wish I knew which of the people. Let me see. Because I know it's one of the main guys here. And I'll even say this. I'll call it out because I feel like the reason for what some everyday Algonaut and others are probably thinking in the Algorand community is no one wants to pay no one wants to pay 5 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents when they can pay 0.0001 cent on Algorand. I'm going to tell you this: the masses aren't going to care. It's 5 cents. It's 2 cents. It's a penny. It's it's like they're going to chase.
Well, because people pay taxes, right? You be in a state where you're paying 5% on everything you buy for taxes.
Yeah, and the thing is,
a transaction fee.
They're going to go where liquidity's at. Where's the liquidity going? Wherever I would say it's wherever Coinbase is going to say, because they're the ones sitting on the most of it now with the Bitcoin ETFs. And so,
I would say on Coinbase, if you're buying on Coinbase, if you got Coinbase One, you're not paying a fee. But if you are just buying Coinbase, holding your assets, like most people, they don't move them off of Coinbase, so they're not paying fees for anything actually.
Ryan said Bitcoin acting up. What's it doing? Oh, is it going up or going down? I feel like when we started the show, it was only up like 2%. So maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe it is moving. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'll be honest. Like that was me. That was like, and that was when I'll say this.
That was me too, and I changed.
My hate for Ethereum was rooted in I was not going to pay a $20, a $50 fee to transact on a network. But Base, so far, I get it, right? ETH could still hit some scaling issues as these masses get onboarded. And I've even said this. We've seen some periods where Base fees have crept up, but they are still fighting it and to get it back down through those periods. But, I just don't see the masses really, freaking out over paying 3 cents, 2 cents, a penny, to do a transaction. I just don't, especially when they know the value that they can swap and they can get within those, the things that they're doing. And so,
I think Algorand is great. We all think that for sure, but there is other things going on right now.
Yeah. And the other things that are, like I say, this is where the liquidity's at, and this is where it's going. The liquidity, if you've seen some of the tweets I've been reposting about Base, like the liquidity is literally up and to the right. Like the volume, the TVL is moving onto Base. And so to me, follow the money. Because right now, that's where you're going to make money. You're not going to make money. I mean, I'll just be honest. You're not going to make money where there's no liquidity. And that's what, Algorand's suffering with right now is trying to attract liquidity. And maybe we do since, up 1K since the stream. Hey, maybe we should need to keep going live and we can moon our bags just by staying on. But
I know, right?
Drop any questions. Any other questions you guys have? This is another one, Dracula app. So this is one that I follow, a channel I follow. It's almost like a TikTok, right? But let me pull it up. This is where you can actually watch. So I think it should log me into mine and it'll show in live time. Like, yeah, you can like watch someone's video, and as you watch it, you'll actually get drip or whatever. So it's the in or I'm not signed in, so it's not going to do it. But if I was signed in, normally it shows right up here in the top left your drip, how much drip you have, and then it'll show like +1. So it's almost like a way to earn money. If you're scrolling through TikTok instead, you could be scrolling through Dracula app and earning some money there. And there's tons of rewards. I'll say this, a lot of the creators on this app already, if they're dropping content, they're literally getting paid 20,000, 10,000 DGen for grants and for being on this platform early and creating content. So
might need to get on there.
Disruptors are everywhere in this space. It's hard to honestly keep up with all the new things that are getting created. And
it'd be overwhelming. Yeah. So Ryan says, if you sell your algo profits to USDC, what chain USDC do you choose from? Does it really matter? No, I don't think it matters. I think what really matters with USDC is what Coinbase accepts, in my opinion.
I'm not really following. If you sell your algo profits to USDC, what chain USDC do you choose? Are you talking about if you wanted to get the USDC over to Base?
You got to send it back to Algo, then send Algo to Base.
Yeah, that's what or you could bridge using Messina, but I would just say it might be just as easy. I don't know. I feel like the process would be quicker just to send your Algo to Coinbase, swap for ETH, and then send your ETH through the Base chain or through Base network to your Coinbase wallet or whatever wallet you have.
You can send USDC from Coinbase, I think, too.
You can, yeah. But most things, especially if you're trading, DGen or higher or whatever it is, most of these are going to be, wrapped ETH to, the asset. So you're going to probably be using ETH or wrapped ETH.
Exodus wallet.
See. Oh yeah, there was also some other things. So where's the swatches? This is also a drop I'm watching. I don't know if you download Warpcast and you follow the swatches channel. Which, let me go back.
Swatches.
Yeah, it's down here. Swatches. Yeah. So if you follow this channel, you can put in your address, check your mint status. If you're not on the wait list, you might be able to just do the public, but this is one that I think has a decent following, could be something worth minting. And I'll say this right now on Base, I'm minting anything and everything. I don't like most things. I don't even care just because some of these things you may give you airdrops. And so that's a big reason why I'm minting a lot of stuff. Base is nice, but from what I heard, people are leaving it due to KYC and offboarding waiting times. If you swap Algo for ETH, that counts as a taxable event. Obviously, anytime swapping, crypto assets does go for a taxable event. But I'm pretty sure if you're pulling funds out and you're going back to Coinbase, I'm pretty sure they're fronting it. So I don't think they're slowing those down or holding any of those assets there.
And taxable events, it's not really that clear because like with stocks too, if you got to be making profit to have a taxable event, they don't tax you just from buying and selling if you're losing money or something like that.
Yeah. So I guess it would also depend when you bought your algo and at what point you're selling it. And, obviously you'd want to talk to a tax specialist because I'm not one. But anyways, back to the alpha. But yeah, this app, right? I'm not paying tax on losses, right? Come like IRS agents, come go to my Para wallet and find all my shitty trades for the past 2 years and come get your like $20, $100 that you can get. Like, try me. I don't know. Anyways, looking at, like I said, there's tons and tons of channels to vibe in. Like I said, the Zora, if you're an NFT artist, probably would want to join this one just so you can catch up on how to mint on Zora, how to put those into frames and really share your artwork so that other people can buy. In my country, taxable event. What was that one? In my country, taxable event is when you swap to stablecoin. I would agree. And I think that should most of the time be the case. I feel like if you're swapping between, like when I swap between wrapped ETH and higher, like I just don't see that as I don't think it should be a taxable event, but US they want their money. So they're going to try to get in any way they can.
Yeah, tough situation. Like if every swap you makes profit, I guess, right? But if you're just swapping something $500 for $500, now you owe them money for having the same amount of money. That doesn't make sense in any country.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, like I've sent money from my Coinbase. Yeah, I've sent money from my Coinbase wallet back to Coinbase. So I don't know the question you were saying about people, delaying funds. I do know that technically, if you're talking about the 7-day redemption period for like Optimism, maybe that's what some people, maybe if they're on, a different wallet service, but I'm pretty sure that Coinbase wallet, like if you're using Coinbase wallet and Coinbase, they're pretty much going to front the money. Like if you want to put money in, they're going to let you move it. If you want to pull it back out, they're going to let you move it back out to your Coinbase. And I think that's just because they want to create a seamless experience for new users to onboard them. And I'll even say this, they just released a couple days ago that they're going to even allow, I don't know if it's in their current wallets or just their platform, but the undo button. Like if you buy a crypto and you were like, oh, I don't know. Now I don't know what the time frame of this undo is, but it literally said you could click undo and it reverse your swap. So that's an interesting thing. And I think that gives confidence to new people in the space that, hey, if they fat finger a buy and they didn't mean to, then they can hit undo and they don't have to worry about like losing slippage maybe or all those things. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some fee, but maybe it's better than like if you were just to swap right back, you know?
Interesting.
But like I said, guys, there's tons of alpha. And the thing is, there's new channels popping up every single day. This is another funny one that I've joined in. And the same guy who's behind Pearl is kind of helping grow this one, but it's called Saloon. And it's literally just a big, like, I don't know if it's open right now. Let's see. It's probably not. Now, Saloon's barred up tight, so it's not open. It'll probably open tonight, but people will jump in there. It's like a massive group chat, and they just throwing around. They're just like, yeah, they're just talking about shots, and I have no idea if there's a token that's going to be dropping in this one, but I've been interacting with it to say the least, just in case.
You on everything.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. I ain't trying to miss these airdrops. They're juicy. But let me see. Is there any other alpha, any other group that I'm in that I feel like I agree it shouldn't, but in the state in California, they micromanage everything, like what Sewell mentioned. How can you tax a person on a loss? I know, yeah. And it's the thing, it's like
you can't, like it just
and
doesn't, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that's the hope, I think, for the future of crypto, right? Is we get better regulation, we get better tax laws for crypto assets and things like that. But right now, we just aren't there yet. But also, I got a Messina DeFi rewards. Yeah, I got mine as well. I'm gonna be honest. I moved some of those into higher because it's on a juicy dip. Let's go see where we at now.
To be honest,
I took some took all my lines away. I don't know. I mean, I know that right around the 8, right around here is the next support, probably around like 7.5. So that'll be where I'm watching. I'm a fellow higher whale. I will not dump on you. Just kidding. I am swing trading this. I've made a decent amount, so I've been swing trading it, trying to stack that bag. But and the thing is, like, this thing's only at 81 million market cap, and I'm just saying, guys,
10x.
I'm not even worried about the 10x. If like, here's my thesis: if they can actually like follow through on this whole lifestyle, on this whole lifestyle brand that they're trying to build. And what I mean by that, let me go to their Twitter. Higher only. Or wait, no, is that what it is still? Or no, higher on chain. They had to change their Twitter, I think, and they had an impersonator. So higher on chain if you want to follow them on Twitter. But what I mean by this, like, lifestyle brand, right? And I mean by some of what they're, obviously a lot of it's community driven. Higher can mean something to me that means something different to you, right? But just with the initial posts, let me go down here and find one. Maybe I don't know if it'll be on this newer one. I don't see it, but shit, now I even forgot what I was going to say. Let me go. I know I'll go with the 0. I'm trying to remember what his
It's transcendence culture. Not bad. Yep.
I'm sure it's 0. Light. Sorry.
Yes. No, go
Sorry
ahead.
for taking forever trying to find this.
Looks like the Crypto for Change has said the basis where it's at right now.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me look at following, because I know I recently followed this guy. Twitter makes it so hard to find people. I don't know if anybody else runs into that, but I feel like I'm always like I'll type in like something at T and it'll be like the most popular people with a T. Like, I know I'm looking for my followers. Man,
you're gonna be scrolling all day.
I know, right? I could have swore it was like at 0x. Is that what it is? All right, well, I can't find it. Anyways, but this whole idea around creating like a higher lifestyle brand, and I'm talking about with the clothing, with just the marketing, the ad marketing they're doing, it looks slick, it looks smooth. If they can follow through with that and actually build this up to what it could be, I mean, I think it could be a multi-billion-dollar brand that they build using hire. And so far, I trust, I like the team, I like everybody that's vibing with it. So be sure to come over, join the hire group, and we going to hire.
On that note, let's close out the show. Thank everyone who has tapped in and went to this deep dive in the base ecosystem. Big shout out to Crypto for Change, the expert in base right now. Episode 101. Shout out to our sponsors, Non-Fungible Domains, Examarket, Gora, and Lofty. We appreciate y'all, and we will see you next week. Make sure y'all tap in.